Welcome to In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Charlotte Brown, and on today's show, we are talking about Grace Place. My guest today is Melody Maximchuk. She's the pastor and executive director over at Grace Place. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank
Good.
you for having me.
Good. So tell me a little bit about what Grace Place is all about.
Well, Grace Place is all about filling the need for anyone that would come off the streets and trying to better their lives. The community down on Simpson Street is a huge community, and we try to provide a need, fill a need.
So that's where you're located, is down on Simpson Street?
Yes, 235 Simpson.
Okay, and how did all this get started? Like, where did the idea of Grace Place come from?
Well, it really was birthed in our hearts for my husband and I. We had just a real compassion for those that were struggling on the streets. And so 16 years ago, we decided we wanted to go into street ministry, and so we did. And over the last 8 years, we did start Grace Place to provide a place for people to come and access the services that we really feel were needed in the community.
So have you been on Simpson Street for 8 years, or is that a new location for you? Or
We have now a building on Simpson Street for the last 8 years. But we have been reaching out to individuals in that area for the last 16 years.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about the people that you serve.
Well, we serve anyone that will come through the door, but mainly a lot of our clients or a lot of our guests are those that are struggling with addictions, those that may be prostituting themselves to fill their addiction. We also have people that will come just that are homeless, they have no place to stay, those that are needing that extra hand up, some that are needing food they can't get to the end of the month, working poor.
Right. So how big of an issue is it here in Thunder Bay in terms of numbers and people that you serve? How big of an issue are you finding it here in Thunder Bay?
Well, we're finding that we feed upwards from 200 to 250 per day. How many of them are homeless? That's a question. I believe they just did a survey on that not too long ago. But the numbers, I believe, were high. And we see a lot of people that will come that are staying in other people's houses, that are couch surfing, not actually homeless. They may be staying in other people's homes, but they're new to Thunder Bay and they have no place to stay. We do have quite a few individuals that stay at the shelter house, 60 individuals. And so what we'll do at Grace Place is we'll provide the bare necessities that they're needing, shampoos, socks, underwear, a lot of the necessary items that we use every day that we kind of take for granted.
Right.
That if you don't have, you miss them.
Right.
And so, Grace Place is there to fill the need and to give support to those that are struggling.
And so we've mentioned that, a lot of your clients stay at the shelter house. Like, maybe we'll mention how Grace Place is different from somewhere like shelter house.
Okay, well, Patty Haidu and I, we laughed about this one day. Shelter house is like the bedroom and we're the living room.
Right, right.
So they'll come during the day, and it's a place to just connect with the community, to connect with those much needed services that are provided out there, social programs, other things that they're needing. So it's a place to connect, a place to feel like they belong, and a place that kind of feels homey. And so maybe the street isn't so scary.
Right.
They see most of the people there drinking coffee, and perhaps maybe it's not so bad.
Right. And so would you say you're a resource hub for people who are then looking for the things that would help them? Like, are you guiding people as to getting the services and the help that they need?
Yes. Yeah, we do a lot of that. We do that every day.
Right, right. And what about in terms of youth? Do you find there's a lot of youth that come and access the services, or is it a certain age demographic? Or
There are a lot of youth that do stay at the shelter, I think 16 and up. So we service more of that population. And yeah, we do. They come every day for socks. They come for underwear. They come for, just that, hi, how are you? And maybe a hug. And just that extra support. Now, as far as children, when we first started Grace Place, there wasn't a whole lot of children that would come with their parents because of a lot of the parents have lost their children to care. And so now over the years, we're seeing more of the parents getting their children back, even having supervised visits at Grace Place with their workers, with their children. And we're also seeing now the families come with their children. And so we have more things for the kids, more clothing, more items donated for the kids.
Right, so it's just not about the adults, it's for entire families.
Yes, oh, definitely.
Wonderful. So let's talk into, I know you've touched on some of the services that you provide, but let's go into some of the programming and services that you have at Grace Place.
Okay, well, we offer free meal 3 days a week. We also have free haircuts. We have a hairdresser that comes on Tuesdays, and sometimes she comes on Wednesdays as well. And she offers free haircuts for anyone in the community.
Nice.
And it really makes them feel really good when they
Yeah,
leave that. And
exactly.
Rhonda is just, she does such a great job.
Nice.
We also have the paramedics that come once a week as well. They have a service called preventative health cares. They want to really see the community healthy. They want to know about their blood pressures. They want to know about their blood sugar levels before they see them on a stretcher.
Right.
So it's preventative health care.
Nice.
They come once a week, and then also the street nursing. They come, their van, they're in the parking lot, and that's available to anybody that has any health-related questions or concerns. Also for immunization, which is always key when the flu shots come out.
Right.
Because our population are such that they don't usually get to Shoppers Drug Mart or the health unit
Right.
to get their flu shot.
Right.
We also provide once a month emergency food hampers. We will serve upwards from 100 to 120 of those hampers will go out once a month. As well, we provide non-denominational church service on Sunday.
Right.
And we also do hospital visits, jail visits, and we also provide volunteer hours for anybody that wants to come and get their hours, whether they're court mandated or even high school hours. But the volunteers have to be 16 years and up as well.
Wow. Those are a lot of programs that you do there, and I definitely want to talk about who's providing all these services and all that stuff. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Melody and talk more about Grace Place.